And the morning when the aircraft was taking off, nobody expected any such disaster. But from the crash to Accra, it's possible, likely, that some things might have been done that were not in conformity with our culture. But I must tell you that those who are on the ground assess the situation, and from where I stand and looking back, I think that they did the best with the result. Please sit down.
So this afternoon we are privileged to have in our midst the Ghana Journalists Association. The delegation is led by Mr. Jennifer Albert, the Vice Madam Rebecca Epe, and the General Secretary Mr. Dominic Moji. You are most welcome to the office of the Chief of Defense Staff. At this juncture, I'll hand over to you to introduce the rest of your executives, and then I'll take over from there.
Thank you, sir. Please, with us are senior journalists who are members of the Ghana Journalists Association. And so we have the national executive that is made up of 6 elected members. And so you mentioned the president, the vice president, and the general secretary. Then we have our treasurer, Madam Betta Bedu Eje. We have the public affairs officer, Sedok Kwame Jesse. We have Mr. Suleiman Mustafa is on his way here. He is the National Organizing Secretary. He will join us soon. Then next to Zedok is Mr. Kobi Asma. He's a veteran journalist, former editor of the Daily Graphic, and a commissioner with the National Media Commission. Then by Mr. Kobi Asma is Madam Nana Ya Sewa Sapo. She is the general manager of EIB Network here in Accra. Then behind her we have Mr. Vance Azu. He's a veteran journalist, a key member of the association. And then we also have Mr. Gabriel Osumpi, a veteran journalist and former member of the National Media Commission. We also have
You saw the kind of reception that was arranged for them back in Accra. Let me say that all these things were done hurriedly. So there might have been some mistakes. And the morning when the aircraft was taking off, nobody expected any such disaster. But from the crash to Accra, it's possible, likely, that some things might have been done that were not in conformity with our culture. But I must tell you that those who are on the ground assess the situation, and from where I stand and looking back, I think that they did the best with the resources that they had at hand. I will continue to urge all of us to have patience. The investigation has started. We are about completing the preliminary investigations, and that is what will inform the kind of investigations that we need to undertake. As at this moment, we have retrieved and are keeping the anti-crash recorder. We are waiting on the experts, the manufacturers, and a decision will be taken as to how it will be decoded. If there are any further information that we get which is new from what has happened, we will let you know. But I want to say emphatically that recovering our patriots who lost their lives on that day from that high ground to Accra within 10 hours was something worth noting. With regards to the issue concerning the assaults that occasionally sometimes happen. We have almost about nearly 30,000 military personnel. So you can see that the infractions we are talking about are just very, 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 very little. And I can tell you that this is not what the Ghana Military High Command endorses. We don't. We don't endorse assault, not only on journalists, but also on civilians. And for any of all of these incidents, we do our possible best to investigate and get to the bottom of the matter. Probably what we haven't done is that to appease the culprits, we need to let you know, to appease the victims, we need to let the victims know what punishment has been meted out so that it can appease them. Probably that is not what we have done well. But on all those occasions, we do our possible best to investigate, including the recent one, which we are investigating. That process delayed a little because one of the victims, the principal victim, had to travel that same day or a day after the incident, and that dragged the investigations. My understanding is that the investigations have resumed, and hopefully we will be able to get to the bottom. And I can assure you that we will let you know what measures have been taken if they are found culpable. But you said something, and you said that our personnel, in the full glare of everybody, assaults them. I don't know whether when they are in the dark or the quiet place, they are allowed. But we are in this business together. We have a role to play as an armed forces. You have your role to play as a fourth estate. Occasionally, we may make mistakes. But I don't want the impression to be created that the mistakes that we do sometimes are institutionally sanctioned. They are not. They are not. And so I will use this occasion to apologize to anybody among the Inky fraternity that have suffered or that have been harassed in any form. Probably they were inadvertent, and if they were not sanctioned by the military. And that is not how we train our troops. That is not how we operate. And anytime we have such infractions, I will ask that we deal with it at our levels so that the appropriate action, the appropriate action can be taken so that whoever has been harassed, whoever has suffered, can be appeased for whatever infraction he or she has suffered. But once again, let me thank you for coming here. And let me thank you for also advising and encouraging some of your media practitioners to be circumspect in the way they are reporting this particular incident. I'm referring to the accident that cost us 8 lives. I want to assure you that within the next, we have plans to come up with an elaborate press conference where we will outline sequence of events and where we have gotten to in terms of the investigations. But it wasn't very convenient to do a daily press release because sometimes not much or nothing might have changed since probably after the second day. On that note, thank you, and we wish you all the best. And thank you for coming to show this concern and support for us.
Again, just not so long before we're hit by the tragic event and unfortunate incident, there was an issue, a pending issue, that involved your men in uniform assaulting some journalists or reporters of the multimedia. Minister, the Chief of Defense Staff, respectfully and humbly, this issue is becoming unbecoming, and if we don't deal with it head on, it's going to get out of hand. Often we expect our men and women in uniform to understand that the media is a partner, key stakeholder in national development and not an enemy. I always say that with the security institutions and agencies, we all do the same thing. Our work is almost similar. We gather information, we process it, and we come out with it as news, publish it as news. Security institutions do same, but you process it and use it as intel in the discharge of your constitutional duty. And so I believe that there's a need for us to look at cordial relationship between the security institutions, especially members of the Ghana Armed Forces, and that of the media, so that we will know where to draw the line and to know that collaboration is very important, to collaborate and to for the good of this country. It was sudden, and we know, as I indicated earlier, how disciplined the Ghana Armed Forces are. We know when it comes to discipline, you can't joke with the military. So for men in uniform to deviate or depart from all this ethical guidance, this well-known attribute of the military, being disciplined by attacking journalists in the full glare of the public, means a lot. You want, even though we know that you have also initiated investigation into the matter, as we always say, we have this sickness in this country, or should I say perception, that whenever something happens, give yourself a week or two, people will forget. It dies naturally, and that it is. Investigation, where have we gotten to? The military command is here to tell us as to whether they deploy those men in uniform, whether they assign them. It's an operation they sanction, and if they did, what have been done internally, even while investigation is ongoing. I said in one of my presses that, look, if a civilian, a member of the public, had done this, definitely you will see authorities, the security, and even government calling for the immediate arrest and prosecution, especially when they are captured on camera. We expect the military command to tell us that these soldiers who were involved in this all-warranted attack on our members and inflict so much pain and injury on our members have been arrested by your internal code of conduct and are also going through disciplinary action. We have had this meeting with the military command under the previous CDS. We have always said that the military is our friend. It's our friend. For us, the GJ has enjoyed a very good and cordial relationship with the military command. And Mr. CDS, I can promise you that we will do the same under your leadership. We are willing and ready to collaborate with you, cooperate with you, and work with you to ensure that you safeguard the territorial integrity of our country. Notwithstanding, we will also be quick to react and take actions when your boys or your men go wayward. There has been a number of issues recorded in the past. What that is fresh in our mind was just last year when some of your members assaulted a journalist with Achimansa FM in Ada. We were told that the issue was being investigated and we were going to be briefed on the disciplinary measures. So today we didn't hear anything. Our people, the members, that the journalist who was assaulted has been knocking on my door, pressurizing me. How do we handle this with this current situation we find ourselves? And I hope and pray that this engagement will be very useful to us so as to inform our decision going forward. I want to thank all of you for making it possible for us to meet today, especially yes, at an even short notice, we decided to avail ourselves because we see this engagement very important as it offers the opportunity for us to iron out some few things and to also close the gaps. And so on behalf of the National Executive, on behalf of the National Council, on behalf of the media, and like as you said, the EIB General Manager is here because he, as a staff and journalist, was also assaulted by one of the men in uniform. Not your men, but from the other side. Yes, I know multimedia, management of multimedia was supposed to be here since the reporters suffered this injury. So, colleagues, let me also thank you for making time to be here at a short notice. The team, the leadership of the military command, I want to thank you and thank profusely the CDS for making this happen. Thank you so much. Thank you for that.